What's going on? Just want to walk through today what I'm looking for in the market. Um, Yesterday we had a large displacement lower uh, after sweeping buy side liquidity above the midnight open in a rich premium, and then we move lower and have continued to move lower in the overnight session. Uh, During the overnight session, the London session was not able to sweep above the Asia high, and we're currently trading below the midnight open. And we have relatively equal highs from the London session where we have a high right here, a high right here, and then also above we have the midnight open and clean Asia buy side liquidity. So going into today, also a confluence is we are inside of the last week's new week opening gap that just got tested. So today, what I'm watching for is a internal manipulation below this sell side liquidity to form a New York reversal, and then go and target these relatively equal highs, and then leave some runners for the midnight open and the Asia buy side liquidity. What would invalidate this thesis is a straight move into buy side liquidity without the Judas swing first. And the reason why I'm eyeing this low right here is because the London reversal did not form. So I want to see it happen during the New York AM session. And one thing that I'm working on right now is recognizing where price is at in relation to discount and premium. So below the midnight open and below the 8:30 open, we're in a rich discount, and then above the midnight open and above the 8:30 open, we're in a rich premium. So I want to be longing in discount and shorting in premium. And right now we have some nice relative equal high targets and some other buy side liquidity targets after we form our confirmation in the discount area. So that's what I'm watching for today. I'm going to try and record the setups if they happen, and if they don't, then I'm just going to move on to the next session. All right, so a little update. About 30 minutes in the market open now. We manipulated lower, but not into the area that I was watching for. This overnight sell side liquidity level from 5 a.m. the London low. Since London did not reverse, I wanted to see New York come down here and sweep this level before we had this move up. But as you can see, we had this move into this minor sell side liquidity first, and then moved higher. Internally, after this manipulation lower, after this Judas swing, we had this good run on these two fair value gaps right here, and then a return back into the change in the state of delivery right here after running through these two fair value gaps. And then we went and took these relatively equal highs. And my rule of thumb is once the move has already started, I'm not one to kind of like get in and try and be a part of the move. I like to get in down here where the move starts and then go higher. So since we've reached these relatively equal highs, I'm just going to monitor this now. But theoretically, through the level system, you could take some profit here, then leave a runner for midnight, and then if we really want to expand higher for the Asia buy side liquidity, that's personally what I would do. But since we didn't get this manipulation into this sell side level and we left these relatively equal lows right here, I just did not enter. So now I'm just going to continue to watch. Alrighty, so market's continuing to just balance in this range right here after taking these relatively equal highs. Another thing is the S&P 500 has tagged that midnight open level, kind of creating, it ticked it right at that 684 or 68.49.50 level, and then kind of is like now rebalancing lower. So there is an SMT right here, and we could see some price rebalancing lower. But I think that move that happened in the morning right off open was the move for the day. So I'm kind of just gonna call it a day right here, and then wait for another setup for tomorrow. So this could continue to go higher after rebalancing into this 15-minute fair value gap right here. But I'm not really concerned with this move just because I've already seen my movement into the relatively equal highs, and then we're starting to move lower after one asset takes the midnight open. So I can just see that this is becoming a little bit more lower quality. So I'm just going to hop off and wait for another session to trade.